Hey Aries, welcome to your reading for the November 15th full supermoon. This is considered a frost moon. It is also called the beaver moon, but that is just the name for the full moon in November. Now this is a supermoon because it is closer to the earth than the usual full moon, and that means that the moon's pull is stronger and its pull on our psyches is stronger as well. Before we get started, this is a general reading. It is not a private one-to-one reading. If that is something you're interested in, then please go down to the description box below. You can always book a private virtual reading with me, and the link is down in the box. And you can also get your hands on any of the decks that I use in my readings. I link them all down there as well. First, we'll see how you're showing up around the time of this full moon. Then I'll see where in your life the full moon is impacting you, what the lesson is for you there, and how you can find joy and comfort during this time, because it is kind of a rocky period astrologically, and I know that in the United States there's a lot of emotions running high, tensions running high, so I want to make sure that we're finding time and ways to tap into our joy and our comfort. Then we'll see what the next best steps are for you to take, and we'll pull an extra few cards, seeing what you might not see coming, anything that's hidden, as well as some oracle cards to see where you are going and where this full moon is bringing you. In 2024, how is the Aries collective showing up? You've got the Seven of Swords. I am going to go ahead and just pull all of your cards at once. You're showing up as the Seven of Swords around this full moon, which tells me that you are trying to find shortcuts. You're trying to find the easy way to get through something or to solve an issue. You don't really want to approach something head on. You are showing up trying to find your way around it, being kind of non-confrontational, which doesn't sound very Aries to me. It doesn't so much feel about confrontation as it does trying to skirt an issue, trying to skirt around an issue, trying to pretend like something never happened, trying to not show up, every single day, not trying to do the work in that way. Instead, you're trying to find an easier way where you don't have to do that. Maybe trying to put something to rest without really talking about it with somebody. This definitely feels like you are needing to show up and be disciplined in some part of your life, and I'm seeing the part of your life, it's your family life. Perhaps you are the head of your family, or you have a lot of kids. Not a lot of kids, maybe you have a child, and you are their provider and their protector, and it has to do with that part of your life. It has to do with your emotional fulfillment as well in your family, your emotional fulfillment in your passions. Perhaps you are feeling like you've been lacking in passion, just this sense of I'm needing to do things the quick way and the easy way because I just don't have the time to do them the way I want to do them. Okay, so that is how you are showing up around this full moon. King of Wands, Ten of Cups. Yeah, the area of your life that's being highlighted during this full moon is just what I said. It's your family life, your emotional commitments, your emotional fulfillment. Do you feel happy? It's that sense of you looking inward and saying, do I feel happy here? Do I feel passionate here? Do I have joy here? And how can I tap into that and become the best version, most creative version of myself, most passionate version of myself, most lively and vivacious version of myself, which is very Aries. How can I do that? It has to do with a lesson around perhaps a heartbreak. There's some difficult emotions here with a King of Cups. So that is a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. So there could be a King of Cups in your life. It could be your romantic partner, a best friend, parent figure, somebody here who is important to you, and they have either hurt you or perhaps they are hurt by you. Okay? Because there's the Three of Swords, there's pain here, there's grief here, there's tough feelings wrapped up in this. And maybe you have a family with them, maybe they're in your family, part of your family. Whatever it is, this lesson here around the full moon, it has to do with confronting that pain that either you are experiencing or that you have caused. As a result, you are feeling the pain as well. Maybe you regret it. You feel like it was not the right thing to do in the moment, but you did it, and now you got to face up to the consequences of it. What you don't see coming is the Eight of Pentacles. It's going to take a bit of work. The Seven of Swords, you might be trying to show up being like, all right, I said sorry, like, can we just move on from it? Or, maybe you're not really saying sorry, and that's the issue. It might be that instead you're like, I don't know, cooking them really nice dinner every night, or maybe you are giving them gifts, or maybe you're trying to tell them you're sorry in ways that are not aligned with their love language or are not aligned with the way that they have been hurt. Maybe they want to hear from you. Maybe they want to see from you more dedication, more commitment to them. Like maybe they don't want to just like have to forgive you without all of that. They don't want to just be like, okay, it's forgiven, it's under the rug. Water signs are not really like that. I am a Cancer myself, so I can say that water signs, it's hard for us to come back from a painful situation without going through a lot of the forgiveness process. It's quite hard for us to forgive, but we never really forget. You don't see that you are actually going to have to be very, very reliable, dependable, and have to show that. You're going to have to show it. If this is about your own creative pursuits, perhaps you had a business partner or somebody here who was helping you in those creative pursuits, helping you in your passions at work, and something happened where things fell out between two of you and one of you was hurt. Okay, that could also be like the kind of situation here. Where you can find comfort and joy and tap into that for yourself around this full moon is the Justice card. It's finding balance, balancing your work and your life, your head and your heart, balancing the time to yourself and the time you give to others. You'll be able to benefit from that and find comfort in that. I am going to clarify this card as well as the Seven of Swords. Okay, that card fell. I'm going to go get it. The Paladin. You'll find joy and comfort in asking for help from people. Perhaps you have a therapist. The Justice card with this Paladin card does signal a therapist. King of Swords underneath. That is my therapist card as well as the Queen of Swords. Reaching out to somebody who can help you through this, help you talk through this, or speaking with a parent, a wise person who is in your life and who might be able to help you delegate some balance into the parts of your life that need it. Maybe you have kids and you feel like you don't have time to do your creative pursuits, you don't have time for yourself, and maybe you can reach out to somebody and say, hey, I need some help around this time of the month. I really want to go do that workout class. I really want to go do that art class that I've been meaning to do. Can you help me out? Seven of Swords clarified by the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Yeesh. Yeah, this is like driving you kind of cuckoo bananas. There you go, Eight of Pentacles underneath. That's here as well. Yeah, you're actually, I feel like you're being asked to show up in the Eight of Pentacles way. It's like you don't see or realize that that is actually how you're being called to show up. You're showing up too intellectual in this moment. This moment needs a bit more heart energy. It needs a bit more love, a bit more emotion. You're showing up like very in your head, trying to solve this mentally. You're trying to approach this in an intellectual way when it needs to be approached in a heart-led way. It's doing so in a way where you are showing and making clear your intentions. You are showing up even when it's uncomfortable. Okay, not really trying to find the shortcuts around the issue. You are facing things head on and in a way where you can heal and this person in your life can heal and move forward. So that might be helpful for you to know moving forward. You might want to do some meditations that like get you back in touch with your heart. So heart opening meditations, meditations for your body. There's 10-minute, 15-minute meditations that you can do on YouTube. I highly recommend those because that might help you get in touch with how you're truly feeling. Your next best steps. Yeah, you've got the Knight of Cups and the Five of Cups. An apology needs to be made. Now, whether that is you making an apology, you showing up and saying, I'm sorry, or whether this is somebody else coming to you and you are like turning your back on them saying, I'm not ready for an apology. If this is somebody coming to you with an apology, you're actually being encouraged to forgive and move on. It's not going to be easy though, because this Five of Cups is in their cups. The Five of Cups is really kind of stuck in that sadness and stuck in that betrayal or regret or feeling of loss. But the Six of Swords is here, letting you know it's time to move on. If this is you showing up to make an apology, then the apology needs to be made in a heartfelt way. It needs to come from the heart. And there's no skirting around it. Okay? And this person, it's not going to be easy for them to move forward and move on with you, but they will. They will. Now let's pull a Wisdom of Oracle card to see where you are being led around the time of this full moon. What all of this is trying to bring you towards. Yeah, there's definitely some loyal heart on the bottom, but there's definitely feelings of being cast out, rejected by this person, like you can't maybe do right by this person. It's this hopelessness and desperation here. And you are being guided to look at those feelings, to examine them, to not try to, think your way out of them, to not skirt your way around them. It's about feeling those feelings and seeing what comes up, no matter how difficult it is. Because there is loyal heart on the bottom. There is somebody here who is loyal to you. Soulmates when I cut the deck. Yeah. I'm going to pull one more card for that. Also, I'm sorry for any noise you might hear. Like police sirens and things like that. I live in a noisy area. There you go. The car's honking. You've got by the book and mending coming through as well. It's doing things, I strongly get the sense of a therapist here. By the book and orphaned, it's like looking at how this hurt you and doing it in a way that other people do it, having people show you the way, letting people help you, and then moving on to the mending process of it, the healing process. So this full moon is highlighting these themes for you, these topics for you, and this heartbreak for you so that you can heal ultimately. And these numbers go from 5, 11 to 52. So it's like a process, okay? So I always look at things numerically as well in the cards, and it's going to be a process of examination, of feeling, and doing so with somebody's help. It feels like also with by the book, there's a middle ground that needs to be found. There is some understanding and mutual respect that needs to be established between you and this King of Cups, because you are a king in yourself, Aries, because you've got the King of Wands here. I can't even pick up this card. So the King of Cups is this other person, but this King of Wands is you. Like, you are royalty, and so is this person who you are wrapped up with. And you both mean a lot to each other, but there's like this lack of understanding of who the other is or what your values are. Maybe there's a lack of understanding of where you both come from. Your backgrounds might be different, but this middle ground, finding that middle ground, is imperative to the healing. Lastly, we'll grab a Tree Keeper's Oracle card to see who you are being guided to embody around the time of this full moon. So randomly, I am getting the sense of like a mint in my mouth. I do ask for physical sensations to help guide me. So you might be chewing a piece of mint gum. You might have like a mint in your mouth. Yeah, it's just like fresh mint feeling. All right, so you've got 2 cards. You've got, I always say it. I might have said it to you before. Cards always show up numerically next to each other. So I always get 7 and 8 or 12 and 13. And today I have 23 and 24. My guides love to do that. You have got Keeper of Truth and Keeper of Flow. The Keeper of Truth message is, no matter what you're facing right now and how it tempts you to look away, one thing is certain: your anxiety is lying to you. The thoughts and beliefs that come from our early unworthiness programming are false stories. The crippling fear that you're not enough, that it'll never happen for you, that you are less than deserving of every good thing, those are all lies. It's time to unmask those falsities and seek proof of your inherent value and great worthiness. Not by listening to the old stories, but by telling new ones. Endeavor to hear the voice that speaks the truest and most beautiful tale of you, even when facing uncertainty or doubt. The Keeper of Flow's message is, all day, every day, the heart of your life tree performs one function. It regulates flow. It speaks one language: open, close. When we allow our heart to navigate our life, it's much easier to determine if a person, place, or opportunity is aligned with our highest good or not. First, ask yourself, does this situation align with flow? Does it feel like you're going upstream or downstream? And second, does this situation open me up and make me feel more possible and more alive? Or does it make me feel small, cramped, or less than? These are the only 2 directions the heart knows. More of what opens us up, less of what closes us down. With the pull of this card, you're being asked to listen to its simple directives in order to set a course for your own true north. Aries, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was a helpful reading. If it was, please consider liking the video or subscribing to my channel, and I will see you next time.